not checking that. If I call with that one.
Yeah, Trey.
Is it you fucking baby?
Alright. Alright.
Bastard. Alright, guys, welcome back to the Morning Spill. As always, we have Trey here, we have Danny here, and then myself, Jacob. So, let's kick it off. Westbrook. Traded. Right? I think it's about time. Trey, what do you think about it?
I think it's about time that he's gone. I really do like the fact that him and Harden are getting back together. I think it's because when they did play together, it was really good. I don't know how it's gonna be now, because back then they both weren't ball heavy. It was all about assists back then, and they were all sharing love. Now, Westbrook needs the ball. Harden needs the ball. I don't know how it's gonna work out with both of them together. Pretty much fighting over the ball. Who knows? Maybe it could change. Like maybe they could be like, hey, let's share this ball. But Westbrook's a ball hog. Harden is a ball hog. Both of them need the ball 24/7 of the game. I just don't know how it's gonna be with Westbrook being the face of OKC, now leaving, and Harden already the face of the Rockets. I don't know if Westbrook's gonna wanna be the face of the Rockets now, or like if they're going to be able to be the face together, kind of like how the Splash Bros are with Golden State and stuff like that. In time, it's going to have to show. As of right now, I think it's a great idea. I think it's good, but we're going to have to see. We'll have to see how it goes, kind of thing.
Danny, how do you feel about it?
Backtracking, OKC made out like bandits. That team wasn't gonna go anywhere. Like even before the PG trade, like that was just a huge blessing. So they were able to get rid of Russell Westbrook, who I don't think is a number one option. I think he's an amazing player. He's a definite superstar, but he's not a number one option on a championship winning team. So to be able to trade the face of the franchise after investing into him with a supermax, that's so lucky. That's so lucky. Even Daryl Morey, though, like the GM for the Rockets, he gave Chris Paul all that money.
Yeah.
And he was able to offload it. So it was like perfect timing for both teams. Like they both were able to like get out of sins, kind of. As for the pairing, it's a really weird spot because Russell Westbrook really fits into D'Antoni basketball as like the primary ball handler, and I think he would finally have shooters around him. But there is the whole usage rate thing, because James Harden led the league in usage rate. I think they combined have like a 70% usage rate, which is absolutely insane. They can't do that next year.
Nuts.
Yeah,
Nuts.
it's insane. But at the same time, I would rather the ball be in James Harden's hands, just because I think he is more efficient just across the board. So you're kind of in a weird spot because you can't really play Russell Westbrook off the ball. Yeah. But at the same time, having the ball in his hands would optimize him. And I still think James Harden would be good off the ball. So I think that's the way they need to play, is just to give Brody the ball, just because it would be the lesser of two evils. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see what the hell happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I love it to no end. They're finally back together, and how good they were back then is only going to be doubled now. Now, granted, they both went to a team where they could kind of run to an extent. Westbrook still had the pairing of Durant, so he wasn't like running it himself. But I think both of them have great chemistry. I just think they're gonna have to figure out who's gonna be who's gonna lead the ball.
Who's going to be the primary ball?
Yeah. Because I think the system that the Rockets have now is specifically for Harden. Now, I think Westbrook can fit into that if it was like, if Harden is going to take the role of Chris Paul. And I don't think he's going to do that. Westbrook would have to take the role of Chris Paul. And I don't think he's going to do that either.
I don't think that would be optimal.
No.
Because
But-
he can't shoot like Chris Paul can.
Right.
No.
But I think that both of them together, even though the usage rate was very high, I think they both maybe take like a 5% less, both of them, because an ideal situation, Harden, every West game that we have against a West team, you're in charge. East team,
it's like a platoon.
Every single East team that you face, Westbrook, you're in charge. And I think because I think Harden has gotten used to. I mean, I know that they're both in the West, but I think Harden has gotten used to the West system as far as like facing these great teams and still being able to drop on them, whereas Westbrook, I don't think can do that as much. I think Harden's more consistent with it, but if you throw Westbrook against those East Side teams, I think Westbrook becomes the one who drops 50 points instead of Harden, and then on the West side, you drop Harden drops 50, and then Westbrook just compliments.
I think the thing that you're leaving out there is that James Harden plays in an amazing system for himself.
Yeah.
And Billy Donovan is an okay coach.
Yeah.
Mike D'Antoni's legit.
Yeah.
Bam.
I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting, but I think it's going to be good. I think they're going to be a really, really good duo.
I think the one thing is that Russell Westbrook is going to have a lot of spacing.
Yeah.
And that is going to be, if they can hit their shots and he has the ball and he has all that space to drive, I don't know who's going to stay in front of him.
Yeah, and then like I look at it too, like Westbrook will be around better players to where he's not going to be the one getting smothered almost the full game. Because every game he played, he's getting double teamed most of the time. They're leaving somebody open on OKC, and when they drop the ball to that guy, he can't shoot it. I think with because who else is on that? Capella's on that team too, and Capella can drop buckets too.
There's a lot, right? They have PJ Tucker. They have Eric Gordon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They have a good team to where
James Ennis resigned, so they have some.
They still have Fareed too, right?
Yeah, Fareed's good. He's a good role guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like it's still. I still think it's going to be Harden's team, and I think when Westbrook kind of realizes this is Harden's team, and if he goes there open minded, I think it's going to be really well for them.
That's good.
But if he does go over there thinking like I'm gonna take over this team, I'm gonna be the number one, I don't think it's gonna work out.
See, I don't think he's going in with that mentality because I mean, Mr. Triple Double, right? So like there's other areas that he can do really well. So I think the era of triple doubles for him would possibly be over. But I think he's going to complement the team very well as far as like being able to grab offensive or defensive rebounds, being able to gather up all those assists to shooters who can actually make shots now. Mm-hmm. So I think those two stats are going to go up for him. But I think he's still going to be like the average, like 20, 25 points.
I think the one thing is that schematically, Billy Donovan would have Steven Adams and the bigs box out to let Russell Westbrook get boards to start the break. D'Antoni's not going to do that.
No.
So I feel like his rebound numbers are going to drop just because of the nature of the coaching. But I do agree that he can help in other areas.
Well,
but if he's not doing that and he's not rebound chasing, which I pray to God he stops rebound chasing.
Yeah.
Because there's times where he's just not playing defense because he's too busy like waiting for the shot to go up to get the board. I want him to commit to playing defense with the Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
if he's not chasing boards and he starts playing defense, he can be a really good defender because he's so athletic and strong.
Oh yeah.
What do you think the dynamic then of that same system being implemented where Capella blocks out, Westbrook gets the rebound, chucks it to Harden?
I think his assist rate is going to go up a lot.
Well, I'm not talking about assist rate, but I'm just talking about like how it because they have the system implemented for Harden, right? But what if they take that implemented system from Donovan, have Capella block out, because Capella's still going to get 10 rebounds.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's like he's just going to do it. But like do you think if they mix in that other system, do you think that would work better?
I don't know why they would mix in that system because Brody's perfect for D'Antoni ball, like spread the floor. Like I don't see why.
You don't think there's a need for the system?
Yeah, it hasn't worked in OKC. If it did, he wouldn't be in Houston.
I think Harden needs to get used to this system. I don't think they should try to switch it up. I think right now he needs to be practicing this system. Learn
You
how
mean Westbrook?
Westbrook, yeah.
Okay.
He needs to figure this out, kind of thing. Because I mean they've made a great system playing around Harden, because he can drop buckets. I think it brings a lot more defense to the team as well, because I mean Chris Paul is small. You know what I mean? Like his defense wasn't great. I think Westbrook's defense is really well, and I think over there it'll be a lot better too.
I think he's a bad defender, but I think it's because he doesn't play defense. I don't think he's like lacking in ability. Anything you want to add, Jacob?
I mean, just the initial shock
Yeah.
when it happened. I think that's pretty much just the recap of it, though. Just the
I'm
initial
shocked.
shock.
I'm shocked he didn't go to Miami.
Yeah,
Me too.
Yeah,
Hard.
him and Jimmy, man,
Yeah.
they could have had something down there too.
And they got a really good coach too.
Spoelstra.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
coach was great.
No.
All right, well, I think that concludes the trade.
Mhm.
Yep.
Next video, stay tuned. Hopefully, it'll be a spicy one. We're gonna do top 5 duos
Ooh.
of this year, not including Katie and Kyrie, because Katie's out.
Mm-hmm. So next season's duos.
Yeah. So until next time, guys. Thanks for joining in. This was the Morning Spill.